Hi, my name is Lenny Bianchi. I'm a lifetime resident of Northern Virginia and the president of 5-Star Security Incorporated. When I started 5-Star Security in 1988, I knew there was one very important question I had to answer for myself. Why will people choose me? I could only come up with two real answers to that question. If I was the cheapest guy in town, 20 to 25% of people would automatically choose me because some folks are just looking for the cheapest price. But I'm not selling toasters. If a security system doesn't do what it's expected to do, there could be serious consequences. To be the cheapest guy in town, I'd have to use cheap, low-end equipment, knowing people's lives were on the line. That just totally goes against who I am. Having served as a volunteer firefighter, I have a special appreciation for quality when it comes to life safety equipment. I knew I couldn't be the cheapest guy in town if I used high-quality equipment. But I knew there'd be people who would choose me if I did a better job of protecting my customers and protected them in ways other companies don't. My price might not be the cheapest, but most people know the best deal doesn't necessarily mean the lowest price. For 25 years, I've looked for ways we can protect and care for our customers that goes well beyond what other companies provide. Whether it's the care we take in designing your system, the equipment we use, the method of installation, the way we monitor it for you, or the consumer protections you get in our agreements that other companies don't offer, we give you serious, solid reasons to choose 5-Star Security. To show how much our customers appreciate the way we do business, 5-Star Security has been repeatedly top-rated by Washington Consumer's Checkbook. We received the Angie's List Super Service Award, and we have a 25-year record as an accredited business with the Better Business Bureau without a single customer complaint ever registered. I'd like to invite you to watch the following videos, which will help you see why our customers chose 5-Star Security and why they feel more protected than they would have had they gone with another company. Hi, Lenny Bianchi for 5-Star Security. When it comes to buying a security system, you might think the company you called for an estimate is just going to send somebody over who will count your doors and windows and give you a price. But something more is happening here. That person is also the one designing your system. This is a product you're going to be relying on every day to protect your family and your home. What are this person's qualifications to design an effective system for you? In many cases, the person arriving at your home is a part-time salesperson who's never installed a security system in their life. The sum total of their experience may consist of a 4-hour classroom session where they were trained how to design a cookie-cutter, one-size-fits-all system and close the deal. They may have little understanding of the proper application of the technologies and the limitations of the technologies involved. The problem is, you may end up paying for a system that doesn't work when you need it to because it wasn't designed properly. Here's just one example. Many companies will tell you, you don't need sensors on all your lower level windows. We'll just put a glass breakage sensor in each room and you're covered. Well, their price is lower because they're using less equipment. What they don't tell you is, if you have double hung or sliding windows, they can be forced open without breaking the glass. I've been asked to come out and inspect security systems installed by other companies that didn't respond when there was a break-in. Sometimes they failed to install sensors on all the lower level windows, instead relying on glass breakage sensors. In other cases, I found the main panel installed in an unprotected space, such as a garage with unprotected windows and a door to the outside. The intruder simply broke into the garage through one of the unprotected points and disabled the main panel. The other problem with these part-time folks selling security systems is they work on straight commission. That can provide a strong incentive for them to answer your questions with what they think you want to hear. So you could end up making your buying decision based on false information. With 5-Star Security, you'll have one of the most experienced electronic security technicians in the DC area to design and install your system and answer all your questions honestly. That's a real protection for you. Hi, this is Lenny Bianchi for 5-Star Security. If you're considering a security system, you're probably thinking about getting a wireless one. To my knowledge, 5-Star Security is the only security company in the DC area specializing in installing only wireless systems. And we've been doing it for 25 years. 5-Star Security is the wireless expert. It can make a big difference what company you choose to install your wireless security system. How do I know? Over the years, there have been hundreds of people who were formerly customers of other security companies that changed over to 5-Star. As a consequence, I've had the opportunity to inspect many wireless systems installed by other companies. Over and over again, I see systems installed by technicians who obviously had very little understanding of wireless technology. You need to have a working knowledge of what's called radio wave propagation, how radio waves move through the air, as well as how the home environment affects those radio waves in order to install a wireless security system properly. Just one example I see all the time is the main panel with its integrated radio receiver located below grade in the basement. Have you ever noticed they never install cell towers or radio towers underground, but rather as high up as possible? With rare exceptions, the basement is the worst place in the home to install a radio receiver. Not only do other companies put their panels in the basement, their receivers are also oftentimes surrounded by steel ductwork, I-beams, and large steel appliances, all of which deflect radio waves away from the receiver, resulting in poor or marginal system performance. By choosing 5-Star Security, you're protected by having a company with the expertise to design and install your wireless system for optimum performance. When it comes to wireless security systems, 5-Star Security is the expert. Hi, I'm Lenny Bianchi for 5-Star Security. Okay, it's installation day. Who's the technician that's pulling in your driveway to install your security system? To save the costs of unemployment insurance, medical insurance, retirement contributions, vacation pay, many companies are using subcontractors to install their systems, just like the phone company and the cable and satellite TV companies. This is usually good for them, but not so good for you. Why? A subcontractor installing your security system may never see you again, and they know it. When they're gone, they're gone. Also, they're usually paid a flat rate to install your system, maybe $75 or $100. They've got a truck and gas to pay for, insurance, hopefully, and other costs of doing business. This means they have to install 3 to 4 systems a day to make a decent living. So they can't spend more than a few hours installing your system because they have to move on to their next installation to make more money. I've been designing, installing, and maintaining electronic security systems full-time for over 25 years now, and I've trained a number of technicians. Take my word for it, a security system is not something you want installed by someone that's in a hurry. There are too many mistakes that can be made. Several years ago, a lady in Bethesda asked me to take over servicing her 6-year-old wireless security system. When I got to her home, I found that out of a total of 24 sensors in her system, 9, more than a third, had never even been programmed into the brain or CPU of her system. So she paid for that protection. There was nothing wrong with the equipment, but the installer was so careless they didn't program over a third of her sensors, so she was unprotected in all those years. Thankfully, nothing bad happened. Whether it's failure to program the sensors into the system or programming the sensors incorrectly, I've seen this problem time and again with systems installed by other companies. I've seen wires just twisted together with a little electrical tape around them rather than a professional insulated crimp-on connector. I've seen bare wires just floating around inside the main panel. Improper gauge of wire used. Improperly sized power supplies. All the time I see sensors mounted to drywall without the use of drywall anchors. For your protection, at 5-Star Security, we never use subcontractors to install your equipment. We schedule a full day for your system's installation. Every step is done carefully and methodically. Every sensor is tested 10 times. Only a perfect 10 out of 10 performance is acceptable to us. We have no interest in coming back to your home 2 or 3 weeks after the installation to start fixing problems. We make sure it's done right the first time.